Do we know the actual attendance of tickets sold, or did we count, like, obviously we counted tickets sold, but did you guys get an actual count of how many people actually walked through the door?
So our lovely volunteer staff was super, super gung ho. Um, they wanted to, we had clickers, right, that we had at the front gate that were intended to track exactly how many people came through the front door. And about 100 people in that got abandoned because they were taking them in three at a time. You know what I mean? Like they were like super with it, super gung ho, and just trying to get people in the door, make them not wait, right? Have the best customer service experience they could have. So that would be one second chance, I would say, right off the rip, that I'm gonna avidly push next year, one person at a time through the door, and one person's job will be designated to do the clicking because it's crucial. People want to know numbers, right? It's good for promotion moving forward, but it's also good for us to know and be able to sort of build off of and have a standard set moving forward. Ballpark it was around 1,000 people based off of numbers. But exact digits per se, I can't tell you.
Right. Was the group or anybody else expecting more or people, or were you guys surprised at that amount?
I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but I was definitely pleased with the amount we had too. You know what I mean? 1,000 people, still 1,000 people. I mean, that's a lot of people.
For real, for sure.
Yeah, was anticipated for a little bit more. I'd be honest with that one and say that one. Yeah.
I was expecting what we got, to be honest. I was hopeful that we could surpass that a little bit. Based off of ticket sales and pre-sales, if you will, compared to other events, our numbers were phenomenal in the pre-sale department. And so I had anticipated, just ratio-wise, like what pre-sales of other events have done and the attendance they've had. I anticipated potentially upwards of 2,000 people, right? It was more than 1,000 there, definitely, if you include all the vendors and whatnot. But as far as traffic through the door,
attendance for all the vendors and stuff too. So
right. I'm happy with where we're at. Truthfully, I think it was a freaking awesome event. You can't really ask for more on your first event. When it's the first one, you're building a name, which was why we took extra long. I'd say extra long, right, to sort of promote, where a lot of these events will come out and do 3 months of promotion, get 400 people maybe to show up if they did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of it. We wanted this to be big. I think anybody could say 1,000 people is a great turnout at an event, especially in its first year. And the only thing I would say that maybe made it feel not so much was just how fucking massive the venue itself is, right? Like there's so much room there that we could have easily fit more. But to be honest with you, it was kind of a blessing in disguise that that's all we got, because the parking lot was packed. Yeah. Packed. Like, go ahead, Dave.
I did mention before the event that I didn't think the parking lot was going to be big enough. I will say that.
I
Yeah.
anticipated a little bit different arrangement. There's quite a lot of room in between some of the rows, if you will, for driving, which is fine. Like we had a professional parking company actually lined up. And then 2 weeks before the event, they were like, "Oh, we think you need 10 people and we don't have enough to do that, so we're not going to do this event." I was like, all right, well, I guess we're just going to make it work then, right? Like,
they did pretty good though.
They did a great job. Yeah. Not knocking anybody, but we probably could have fit another row of cars if it had been a little bit denser.
Right.
But also, the eyes play weird tricks, man. When you're looking at something, you're like, oh yeah, that's 60, 70 cars all day. And it's like 20 to 30, maybe, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of room. I feel like in the actual venue part, like you had said, it definitely. I can appreciate as a person who's not looking to be shoulder to shoulder to people. The middle section that was wide open as well, though. That was a real nice touch.
That wasn't supposed to be wide open though, like that. To
Oh,
be
okay.
Kind of.
Like, was it supposed to have more vendors in there, or were the?
It was
Sorry.
intended to be open, but it was supposed to be initially fenced off with like a specific entrance for it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas we had one vendor that was actually one of our top tier vendors. They had a little bit of a rough week beforehand. I don't want to go too detailed with that because I don't want to put their personal business on blast, but they weren't able to vend. They did end up coming out to the event anyway and hanging out and showing love and interacting with all the vendors and whatnot, but they weren't able to set up a tent, but they were right there in front. You know what I mean? So it kind of created this entryway to the center that was never supposed to be there. That was supposed to be a little more controlled. And I'm not upset with the way it went, but the initial intention was to have it blocked off back there strictly for the safety of our vendors, right? To make sure that there is no wandering hands, if you will, going through there, catching them while they're not paying attention to the back of their tent or anything of that capacity. But yeah, I mean, it's all something to think about moving forward. We've tossed around even the idea of moving the stage to that area for next year, so we'll see what happens with layout. Definitely some adjustments to be made, but I went swimmingly, and I think a lot of people did appreciate having the ability to sort of go in there and take a little siesta, for lack of a better word, right?
Right. Yeah. Little wide open spaces. Well, that sort of brings me to the crowd portion of it too. How were there any hiccups with the crowd at all? Were there any
no, not really.
Well, that's good. That's good. Is that so? For my own personal knowledge, and this is my ignorance. With events like these, do you ever usually see any types of disturbances? Yeah, like hiccups that would require attention.
I've done a lot of events, and I've never once seen a hiccup like that. It's very, very, very rare. You know what I mean? You might get that one once in a blue moon that gets drunk beforehand or does whatever and shows up drunk, just making a loud scene, whatever. But other than that, no, I've never seen it. Everybody, you get all types of groups of people together, man, and everybody's just cool on the outskirt of it. I mean, it's I've never really.
That's the beautiful thing about cannabis, man, is it's not a confrontational experience typically. Like a lot of stoners are just like, yeah, all right, he's an asshole, but whatever, you know. And even if they have a interaction, it's not going to lead to fisted cuffs or anything of that capacity. On a rare occasion, depending on the location, which will never be the case at our event, there have been a few where people have had issues leaving the event, and this is typically the vendors, not just your attendees, right? Like there have been.
Yeah, I've seen that too. They get stuck up. One of the events we went to, and I won't speak on who did it or anything like that, or who was that got hit like that. But yeah, somebody got stuck up on the outside of the event. There, it was down. Yeah, that wasn't. It was
down in the middle of the city of Rochester, though. You know what I mean? Back when it first was coming out, and everything was really.
It wasn't stuck up for any product or anything like that too. It was actually stuck up for equipment and stuff that he just used to help out the events and stuff. So yeah, that wasn't so much the case.
Right. Weird.
The only small things I would say that happened at ours, which is slightly beyond our control, would be there were a few people who had some heat sensitivities, but everybody was A-okay. Nobody actually had any serious fallouts, right? We got them into the air conditioning up at Shaman. got them some ice, got them some cold water. They were able to sort of re-regulate, and we're all good to go. I think there's two.
I had one of my friends fucking almost pass out underneath my tent. It was hot.
It was hot, man. It was.
I was running around like a chicken, my head cut off.
I was cutting sleeves off shirts, using the sleeves as headbands. Like, oh, I couldn't
I went
handle
through
it.
a bag of beaters.
I
12
don't know if
beaters.
I've ever seen you with sleeves on, Steve.
I wore that. I'm bringing them out after. It was gross.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Juju didn't fall out, so that was a good thing.
Like
I didn't
Yeah.
fall out. I didn't fall out. That's what I was worried about. I thought I was going to be gone the first day. But I had my misting fan and used microfiber towels. I think that was awesome. That helped out a lot of people those days, just putting it in ice. And
right.
but yeah, there was a
Yeah.
couple of people I saw with heat issues, and one was a friend. He left early, but he said he loved the festival. He said all of the coordinators and everything were great. The volunteers appreciated, just like all the vendors and the environment that we created. And I was happy to hear that. You know, even though he had to leave early, he had the time of his life, so it was good.
Yeah, no, it was. I had a time of my life. It was pretty fun. You know, I had my wife drive up there too, and it was great. You know, just watching all of the people walk around. You know, just people who were there to smell. You know, and that's great. You saw a lot of people out there that were finding stuff that they hadn't seen in a long time too. Which is at least in my tent they came over. You know, I had some White Widow, and a lot of people. You know, I haven't seen it in a long time. Oh, geez, this is great. Like walking around sweating their asses off. But
There was a lot of.
You better come to Jack's birthday then, because I'm going to bring out the silver pearl.
ooh,
If you like that, then
Yeah.
you'll like the silver pearl.
Touching on a sensitive subject.
What?
He's not gonna be able to make Jack's birthday. We were just talking about that before the show.
Well, I have my birthday's at the end of September, and I'm throwing a banger, so you're coming to that.
okay.
I
I can make September work.
No.
September 26th.
Okay, all right. Put it down. Mark it down. To be there all day. Did you guys mentioned going to Shaman for the air conditioner? Did it drum up business for them too? Did they have an increase? Obviously, they had an increase of traffic, but did it hinder them at all? Like driving in through, or
I would say the
anything like
only
that?
hindrance is probably having their parking lot blocked off. But they're part of the event team, right?
Right.
And most everybody that went there was told, hey, there's an event going on in back. You should fucking go check it out. You know what I mean? They had a big sign on the front. Their main priority for the day was making sure the event went well. Ruby and Jesse are fucking awesome, man. Can never.
Yeah, no, they were walking around all day. It was, they weren't just sitting in the air condition. They were out there, having
what they
a good
did
time as
do
well.
Also, or what we did do also was, anybody who's watching this who went, if you have your ticket stub, if you didn't look at it closely, if you redeem that ticket stub at either of their dispensaries, either Shaman or Native Hype Mart, you can actually get a discount using that. So, will hopefully help drive some traffic there for continuing.
Yeah, absolutely. There was so I was there on Friday as well, just poking around, and I dropped some stuff off, and there was a road being put in a little bit further down. That's when I asked, which road do I pull in? Or no, I messaged on the group chat, what road do I go in? They're like, there's only one fucking road, dude. Was that something they were putting in? Because I feel like that might have also helped parking or something if it was. I thought I saw it connect, but I didn't know if it was.
That was put in intended as an exit, so that we could have directional flow of traffic,
Right.
Not have the entrance get clogged up if people decided they needed to leave or
Gotcha.
whatever. But just to touch on that, I was just at Shaman this past week, and Jesse was like, hey, did you see the brush hog I got? We're tearing it all down. Parking for days, brother. I was like, all right, cool. Let's get it.
Yeah.
I love
Recording for
Jesse.
days.
He's awesome. I'll tell you what, I didn't
yeah.
see. I saw him a bunch of times that day, and he had a huge smile on his face the whole time, and just that's what made me happy about that day, was just seeing him just enjoying it.
Yeah, it's got to be sort of like nerve-wracking for him and her, just the whole day walking around like, oh God, I hope it goes well. I hope, everything works.
So
I mean,
they're no novice to events. It's the first time we've used that particular area of their property, which will be the event space moving forward. But they've been doing the Plugs Meet Plugs tours for a couple of years now with Rappers First Choice. They've thrown Butcherfest Boxing. They had another one with Conway the Machine. Benny the Butcher has come out quite a few times. And they've definitely thrown their fair share of events. I think that with the new space, there was a little bit of like angst, if you will, that did accompany it, because we were working that land for weeks, and Jesse months. You know what I mean? Like all of that. If you remember what the sides looked like, which if we give you this video, I think there's an overshot with the drone that he added into it, so you'll be able to see at the end of this show if we tag the video on the end. What those sides looked like is what the whole field looked like 4 months ago. You know what I mean? Just brush and trees and thick. Jesse had all that torn down, but it was still like roots and vines and stuff that were left, right, that needed to be taken care of. And we spent 3.5 weeks out there just raking and chipping and freaking snipping and burning. A lot of burning, to be honest.
Yeah, no, there was Fires Friday before. They were. So I mean, just for anyone who wasn't there, that's listening to this later, they were putting the driveway in, on that Friday, up like less than 24 hours until the event started.
They were dumping rocks the morning of.
Working like dogs, all of you. It's not just them, all of you, that you were all there when I came in. So, well, yeah, for sure. You saw everyone out there, but it's, again, that testament to you guys throwing this first year. I know none of you are like novice event planners, so I know you know what you're doing, but that was a pretty awesome event. The amount of people you had coming from places that were just there to record video. You had a Homegrown Magazine out there recording video for you, dude. Yeah, he's dropping heaters. He's awesome. And I had Root Nerds there with me. Just brought a device, hung out. Insane amount of people that just were walking through that were intrigued by new ideas, or new products and idea spaces and stuff, not necessarily there for the cannabis, but there for the culture itself, or the agriculture as well, to learn something new. That's great. But I wanted to ask about camping. You had spoke on your live previously about how it might be something that we could pursue, or you could pursue in the next or the coming years. That'd be huge. Not just speaking for me, I love camping, but being able to not necessarily keep it open all night, but have that relaxation of not having to break down so fast and be gone. Not that anyone would have been like, oh, it's mine now, get out of here. Like, you had your time, but you wouldn't have to stress about it. You could then convert your tent into a sleeping area or whatever, what kind of hurdles do you have? Right. That, like, you just pop a tent up under your tent, or you switch the tables to food at night if all the vendors talked about it beforehand. But what kind of hurdles do you see involved with that? Because again, that is like an overnight type thing. It does add a different aspect to a landowner or to an event planner as well. Were any concerns expressed that you think you're going to be able to mitigate for the years to come?
I think it's something that we'll be able to work out, provided we're able to have a proper security team for the duration, right? Just to ensure And like we've already stated, most of the people in this community are highly respectable. They're not trying to mess with anybody else's lives. You know, these are all people we see all the time. We vend with them all the time. But on the same hand, we're all human. And you can never really 100% guarantee that you know a human and what they might do if they start playing with things outside of cannabis. Do you know what I mean? Like, and even cannabis can sometimes cause people to do weird things you wouldn't expect them to do on a normal basis. But when you bring in the potential of overnight, it does bring that added. People will probably have beers in their car. Maybe they'll have some other recreationals, right? And that could lead to any number of different things. And so I think that if we were able to make sure that we had a proper security team for the duration of the night on a rotation so that they're not functioning just exhausted, right? Like overnight, 24 hours, that's craziness. As well as probably some kind of camping contract, right? As I would foresee, like, and it would be strictly vendors at least the first time.
Makes sense.
Maybe there'd be room to open up something further in the future, but the dipping the toes in would be strictly vendors. And I don't want to overspeak because it's not like this is set in stone, but this would be how I would pitch it, right? So when I go talk to Jesse, I mean, it's mostly just ensuring that everybody's going to respect noise because he has children in his family, right? But his family is also not the only one in the area. So he wants to make sure everybody's being respectful of his extended family, who also inhabit that sort of AO, right? It's pretty open, so it's not a whole bunch of them packed in there, but don't want to upset anybody, right? At the end of the day, family is top priority, and he wants to make sure that everything's good with his day-to-day life. So we have to ensure that however it goes forward, it's respectful to that and that there will be no issues, right? Granted, you can always have a one-off, but like if there's issues, we need to make sure we have the measures in place to handle it swiftly and have it not be a big problem.
Oh, that'd be insane. Insanely good. Oh man, it'd get me excited.
I think it's a good chance.
Yeah. No, that'd be awesome. Do you think that there would be more room that would need to be added, or would that be something that you'd try to contain within the same space?
As far as vendor camping, I think that we would easily be able to just use the space that's there, right? Because there would be significantly less cars parked. By that time next year, it is intended to be all grassed over, so that it's significantly easier to walk on, right? Anybody who went this year knows it was a little bit of a dust bowl due to the work that we were doing right up until the day. But it's intended to be grassed over. It will make it easier for camping. And without all the parked cars, it gives people enough room to spread out that they don't necessarily have to feel like they're sleeping next door to somebody, even though I don't know why you wouldn't want to just sleep where you're vending at. We have plenty of space around you that you could pop up a tent behind your pop-up or whatever and be good to go.
Shit, 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 is pretty damn big.
My pop-up has a tent. Yeah.
Is that the one that was there?
No, it was on the side over there. Yeah.
You know, I used a little freaking backpack and tents. I'll fit 6 of them in my space.
I just slept on John's couch.
Hey, that's bed. Yeah, absolutely. So how were the bands? So obviously I heard them. Did they express that they had fun during it? Because I did see people up there dancing and jamming out and just is that what they expected? Or did they really expect it to be something different? It looks like they all had a good time. They posted about it all up until and after. So I was just wondering, how did they feel? Did they express anything about the show at all?
I'm pausing so somebody else can jump in. I feel like I'm
I
hogging.
was gonna say, everybody
I froze. I was like, "Fuck! I lost connection."
loved it. They said they're down for it again next year, and I mean, yeah, the show was great.
They're all stoked. Sophistafunk, they had a great time. They're actually requested that we help them coordinate the frontman Jack Brown's birthday party on September 5th. They're going to be helping us promote by letting us set up with them festivals and potentially putting together a small concert series to keep the name in people's mouth, right? So that speaks for one band. I talked to Grub as they were leaving. They had a great time, super stoked, happy to be on board next year. Roots Collider, Will McKenna actually, goat, man. He saved the music, I'll be honest with you, because they say you can't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't. And I've never really been in the production side of music like that before. So I had a schedule all planned out, and I thought I was going to be good to go, and the DJ was just going to run it, right? And Will was like, oh no, dude, like there's intricacies to this. Like, you need a stage manager, you're going to need this, that, the third. And he came in with like 2 weeks left and just knocked it out of the park. He ran the stage manager for us, helped me figure out what we were lacking, what needed to be adjusted in the schedule to make sure there was enough time in between each band so that they had time for changeover, right? Yeah, he was awesome. And he came up to me at the end of the show and was like, dude, this was a fucking great festival. And I was like, all right, hell yeah. He's like, yeah, I would mark it a huge success, dude. You got to keep doing this. So, based off of those two, I would say, and Grub, I'd say they were awesome. I was running around when Personal Blend finished up their set, so I didn't get a chance to touch back with them, or Panda either. But I would assume that they had just as good of a response, right? Like, everybody was.
No news is good news.
Yeah.
How many bands or acts total were there?
So there were five, technically six main acts. We also had Brother Nature in there doing a little rap show, and then we had what was going to be a local battle of the bands, which we had kind of a snafu with when the generator showed up from the rental company, which no big deal. Like, there's miscommunication, I think, at the end of the day. So it got there a little bit late, but we had also 4 locals that came out to perform, which was Dead Precedents, Terrorists, Fed Up, and Kyle James Perkins. And they all had a great time as well. So it was live music all day. Once the generator got up and running and the stage could actually operate.
Right.
So it went beautifully as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, because I say I thought it was good. I thought it was really.
Yeah,
good.
I got a chance to sit down with Jack afterwards too, and he absolutely loved it and talked about next year and what that he was already in. So just
right.
Sophistafunk has been down since the beginning, and I love those guys. They're great guys and definitely part of the team, I feel.
So you said is a great festival, because that's what I was telling myself the whole time. I'm like, this is more of a festival to me, because of the multiple acts. The show, the glass blowing, everything else. It really like screamed. I tried to just fucking. It screamed festival to me. It wasn't just like a competitive show or a vending show. It was fun as well. You could go there and not be there to buy. really anything. You could go for the music. You could watch them blow glass. You could just walk around and see the different varieties, cultivars, everything. So I know that Sophistifunk's going to be at Grassroots this week.
Yep, going.
Yeah, when are you going? I'm going the whole week.
I'm going Thursday.
Yeah, that's what Justin was saying. I'll send you guys my camp area. Justin was telling me he's going too.
Yeah.
I should be there. I should be there too. And my son's mom performs on Friday, and so I'll be there too on Friday.
Nice.
Oh, sweet. What's the act and what time?
I think she's playing sometime in. I think it's 4:00 in the afternoon. Not 100% sure.
I'll be there.
But
I'll be there.
Christina Zadita, and she's in the community tent where Ramsey, one of my DJs for the Battle of the Buds, he'll be there. He's coordinating all that.
Yep.
Awesome. That's very cool. I've always loved going to Grassroots. It's another one of those experiences, it's just keeps on giving. And as I undoubtedly think you guys will continue on in second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever, 30's pretty awesome too, but 32 or 33, whatever. I think you guys really are running down the right path with it. It's awesome the way it was set up. I'd gone to a couple right when New York first went recreational, and it was, like I said, you just walked in and there was nothing really else to do. It was just burning and slinging. That's it. So it's nice to see that, not necessarily change of pace, but like addition added in there. Those additives really made it sweet for me. I know there was People's Choice judging going on like pretty much the whole day. Did they have the same like scorecards and things like that? So like if you got your report card, would the People's Choice judges be in those report cards? Okay, cool. How many judges in total were there counting People's Choice? Do you know?
So there were 7 for each panel, as far as like main judges, right? Chosen judges, the judges panel. As far as People's Choice goes, there was 15 signed up for flower. There was 10 signed up for rosin. You wouldn't necessarily have all of those scorecards though, because as you said, the People's Choice judging was going on during that day. Our pro judges, as you call it, needed 2 days to do all of the flower, and they were stoned as fuck. So there's no chance that in that 4 to 5 hour window that they were getting through all those samples, right? So they were instructed. This was based off of the People's Choice judging from the DK Genetics Showdown from the year before, where we were at a venue to where we weren't supposed to be giving out the samples, right? The way Derek was running it. So he had it. So it was a visual for People's Choice. So how I thought about it initially was, I want these people here. Let's run with that visual aspect, visually inspect all your samples, and then the ones that you think are the best, go ahead and smoke those and then rate those, right? So it could be significantly less than 15 scorecards you got back from the People's Choice aspect of it, right? That'll change next year as well, though. We've already nailed down judging is a big area that we want to redo, because the main focus of this was supposed to be the growers, right? And with having done the judging the day before, well, 2 days before, but right before, and then People's Choice the day of, it didn't give us a whole lot of time to work with the numbers, if that makes sense. To like figure out second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and like grade them all out
prior.
So next year it'll be a week ahead of time, and People's Choice is going to happen at the same time, but separate. if that makes
Right.
sense. Like they'll be
Yeah,
at the
that's
same time, but not with the judges panel, so that they're not being swayed in any direction because so and so said sample number 5 was the best. I'm gonna just agree with them type
Right.
shit, So that will be significantly better next year, right? Like it just will. We're gonna rank everybody. If you signed up to put yourself on the chopping block and you got last place, sorry, everybody's gonna know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that's
At least you showed up.
yeah, and I think it could be motivating. It might be upsetting to some, but if for the right people, it will be motivating. Like, oh fuck, I did that this year. I really got to step my game up. Let me look at these scorecards and see how I can improve. Right. We'll also make sure that at least for the judges panel, that every scorecard is tagged. Every single one of them is going to have the judge's name on it, and you will know who gave you what feedback. Mostly so that we can go back and if we see, because there was a couple of those, man, I'll be honest with you, there was a couple of those scorecards where I looked at it and went, are you fucking kidding me? This is unprofessional. Like just the way that you responded to this. And it may not have been the case in your folder, right? But like
I didn't have anything really negative at all.
there was a couple and they very well could have been people's choice judges, but that's why I want to label the judges so I can see like if you're a shit judge and you're doing a terrible job or you're giving poor feedback or you're just not filling it out, we don't necessarily want you on the panel. You know what I mean? We want growers to be able to grow from this and get better and have constructive feedback.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the goal. Like, yeah, okay, maybe one sample got some bud rot in it, right? But like you don't got to rip them apart for it. Like you got bud rot. Maybe he's inexperienced, thought the shit was awesome, was just entering to see how he did because he's a home grower, right? Doesn't need to be told you fucking suck or whatever.
That's a good point. It could be somebody who's on their first run or something that just excuse me, that just wanted to see.
Yeah.
Didn't have anybody else to bounce it off of, so to speak. Yeah, no, I think that's good. I didn't bring it up because I had any issues at all. So it's just I was wondering, how much of them were completely like stoned out of their minds. Did anybody have to try and like rush it into one day? Or did anybody ask to do it like a longer period of time, like 3 days or 4 days?
There is a funny story. So, Rosa, Sammy, right? Sammy? Rosa? Sunny. Sorry, Sunny. I got your name. But I think she told me she tried them all in one day, right? But she thought she was supposed to.
Yeah, so. she took the rest of her samples with her after the first day of flower judging and finished them that night, and just like kept hammering through it.
Damn.
She took it serious. Got to get it done.
Yeah. At least she did it though, right? She could have been like, man, I don't know.
And she's someone that's experienced enough and has smoked enough, like
It wasn't all smoke. It was. I have the cards. I don't necessarily have them with me in hand, but it wasn't all smoke. It was. You don't have to necessarily be immediately smoking them after the other. So I guess it's possible, to do something like that and still have pretty accurate scores. Because again, smell, feel, sight. Those are all parts of it as well.
Yep.
It's like
cool.
It's past all three of those, then you smoke it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. If you notice something,
if it looks good, I'll open it, and if it smells good, then I'm gonna pull it out and play with it. And then if it's like that, then I'm gonna smoke it. You know what I mean? So,
So I have a slight comment on that because I've definitely had some weed that maybe didn't have the best smell in the world, but damn, it punched you right in the fucking face. Like immediately. You know what I mean? Like, or you busted that nugget open instead of just smelling the bag and went, holy terpenes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's frequently the case with home growers. As a fucking grower myself, there's definitely been some times when I've opened the jar and went, ugh, what the fuck is that? But then you bust a nugget and you're like, oh, okay, there it is, you know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a given.
so I don't know. I would prefer that, unless, as far as a coordinator goes who's having them do it, I would prefer that unless you see something that deems it not smokable, that you try every freaking sample, because there's definitely some bud that, even though you're smoking a lot, that will still go, hey, gotcha. You know what I mean? Like,
Got your nose.
and that deserves to be graded for that.
You get a lot of them fucking breaths and this and that and all that stuff that's got that real pungentness. Yeah, exactly what you're saying.
So, do you think it was like extending out that judging period? Say, like, you know, if you had 60 or 70 entries like you did this year, like you'd give them a whole week or something, and then they do like 2 or 3 a day, or not, they do more than that, but you get what I'm saying. Is that something that's even feasible? I mean, I know you'd have to ask for samples, you know, a lot sooner. But do you think that would maybe provide any more accuracy or more, you know, level-headedness? Because you said a couple of people got like ripped into. Maybe those people were just like fucking tapped out for the day. He's like, oh, I got a fucking headache. I got a fucking asshole. Your bud fucked me up or something, you know? Maybe give them a little bit more calm demeanor when filling out something. I don't know.
I'm gonna let you take that one, brother, about how the judging's gonna go down for next year.
Yeah, so we're just immediately cutting the number of entries to 50, so it'll be 25 per day for the judges to do. Like a week in advance, we're going to have all the numbers already serialized with the judges' names printed on the sheets already beforehand, so there's no mistakes. They have to fill out everything according to order. Just because you don't like a strain's flavor because it's a fad or a popular thing, like Judson said earlier, you still got to smoke it. Like, just because Super Boof or Trap Cherry is like not your favorite, you still got to give the contestant their dues. You know what I mean? Not just.
Also,
not
if you come on my judging panel and tell me that you don't like Super Boof or Trap Cherry, you're getting fired.
Yeah,
Trap Cherry in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a lot of that little ridiculousness, and like we're having it more closed off to like this year. We assume people had the intelligence that it would be just the judges, and not everyone's friend and brother. So it's gonna be very more like closed offish, if that makes sense. When it comes to the judges panel, like 7 judges, that's it. You're not your friend, not your wife, not your brother, not any of this nonsense. Just you guys here. You do the judging. You got to hand in your samples when you're done. You can't take them home with you. There's a lot of little things that we learned. Like little tiny. Everything happens so fast. Like you're in the middle of taking a hatchet and uprooting roots, and then you got to go and like ask people, "Hey, how'd that sample go? By the way, all right, be right back." And then like there's just. It won't be the case next year. It's a lot more organized. We have a lot of the things hammered out. So, and then Justin was saying we're going to do the tally. So, if you're entering a competition, you are going to see if someone's going to be last place. So, we're going to have all that listed out. There's going to be further discussions if possible, like second prize or third prize. A lot of us are more like just first prize only. Like, you know what I mean? Spartan law.
There's only one winner.
We learned a lot.
I think listing out the places is going to be a good for that second, third. They can at least say they were the runner up, right? Where I think we have an opportunity to hand out more prizes is like best terpenes, highest THC, some ancillary categories, right? To where other people can also become winners, but they're still number one at something, right? You won this category. And just to add on to that, dropping to 50, we're also going to be reducing it so that everybody can only enter 1 next year. So you're allowed to enter up to 3 strains this year, which we were throwing the first event. We wanted to make sure we had a significant amount of entries. We achieved that, right? But we also had to turn some growers away. And I don't like having to do that. But also there was almost too many entries. So we figure if we cut to 50 and we reduce it to 1 entry per person, we will still be able to have it open to a not a huge number more of growers, but probably another 10, 15 growers compared to what we were able to have this year.
For sure.
Just based off of people entering multiple entries, 2-3 strains, right?
Mhm.
So I think that would be a huge improvement. It will still be over a 2-day period, but they're going to be administered strain by strain, and all at the same time. Everybody's going to judge the same thing at the same time instead of just being given a box, right? We, as a group, collectively talked about the idea of a judge's kit, right? Like a lot of other cups do, if you will. I personally just don't, and I feel like the group was in agreement, but I personally don't like the chance that those results don't come back, right? You almost have to send them out and tell them, hey, do this at your leisure over this time period. And I just want to micromanage it. You know what I mean? Like
Man, if there's one thing you have to do with the judges, it's micromanage them. They're stoners. They're burnouts. You know what I mean? They're already that category of a burnout. Then they're smoking all day long, so it's just amplifying those decision-making abilities. So yeah, there's a lot of little adjustments that we'll be doing. Like Justin was saying, like we also, we want to maybe take it a step further each year in building it. Like maybe if we can get in contact with a good lab that can test for like molding and do gas chromatography to test for mold. We're working the details of that out right now, talking to a company about, hey, we have 50 competitors, man. If we pay a certain percentage, you guys sponsor the other percentage, in the background. But more and more things are coming as far as like what the grower will get back. So next year, as you as a competitor, you would get all the judges' things completely handed off in like a manila folder with your picture of the bud and like the lab reports of you failed actually on this scale or you passed. Just trying to improve those little areas across the judging board because we want to make it about the competitors. That's what it's all about. And, it starts with the judging.
We'll also make the awards. We'll also make the awards part of that more. That, I can keep it there, and it will be a larger portion of the stage time, if that makes sense. Like you mentioned earlier with the festival vibe, I got so caught up in trying to make sure that the attendees were going to want to be there and have a good time and keep the name in their mouth, right? And really driving a enjoyable experience for somebody who's showing up to this,
right?
That I didn't put as much time and effort into the actual awards for the people that we threw this event for from the get-go. You know what I mean? Like this was intended to be built around the home growers. It was intended to help exalt them, lift them up, and showcase them to New York. Like, look at what the fuck we have to offer. All of you guys brought it. There was very few that were unsatisfactory samples, right? Very few. And even the ones that were unsatisfactory was because of the little hidden monster, right? And the bud itself looked great. You know what I mean? It's just poor environmental conditions and maybe a little bit of less experience. I don't want to say inexperience, but less experience of knowing what to look for to pick up on the signs without having to actually crack the nugget open and find what's on the inside, right? New York brought it this year. They fucking killed it. And that's what we're trying to say is our biggest area of improvement for next year is making sure that we showcase the growers properly and really lay out where you landed, how you did, give you back as much as you can so you can improve as a grower, right? But also for those that do well, fucking lift them up and showcase them. Like this one fucking killed it in terpenes. You could smell this bag from across the fucking parking lot. You know what I mean? Like,
That's where we'll have like the awards ceremonies concept where it's like, in the winner for best terp profile of 2025 is, and then they're their own category. So it's like, damn, I didn't win in that one, but I fucking won the number one terp profile. Then we'll have one where this one scored fucking not, because yes, we all know that THC is just the train that gets us high and the terpenes are the airplane that gets us there. But we still give a fuck about how potent things are. So it's like, dude, this guy had the highest potency. That motherfucker had a 32% potency of THC. So it's like, you can say whatever you want that it doesn't matter, but like, that's still an awesome award to have. So different categories for different winners.
No, yeah, that's awesome. I think, like you said, extend the time on the stage for, you know, the showcase. That's the first thing that popped in my head was sort of like a grower showcase when you guys mentioned having like all of the judging and scoring done like a week in advance. It almost does give you, not that you wouldn't be busy as shit anyway, but it almost gives you guys like an opportunity to do that and not have to run around and even take up as much stage time, you know, maybe more, but not as much as you're thinking, because you have that extra week right there.
right, you can just be laid out, boom, 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 boom. But we also want to bring those growers up on stage. That was a misstep. It was intended this year. We got, to call it what it is, man, we were behind as far as land prep goes. Like you said, we were dropping stones that morning. So one thing that we had intended to do that just didn't end up happening was having all of the prizes out there for everybody to see what each grower is going to get. And then when we called the grower up, we're like, hey, you won this. You know what I mean?
Get shit off of my stage.
And
Yeah, as soon as 6:30 hit in the morning, that event basically started.
Yeah.
It was just 6:30 hit, and and people are just starting to roll in, and you couldn't step away for any other second than to do anything else. So it definitely sprung up pretty quick.
No, it's pretty disgusting how accurate Ian is with that, because like, dude, I literally rolled out of the bunk bed at like 6 a.m. and like, you could hear the tractor beeping up, you could hear like people cursing God, like you could hear all that. It's just like, all right, let's get at it, boys.
Yeah.
But dude, like, if I'm gonna suffer in hell, this is the group I would want to do it with, because these guys are all fucking awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, it was awesome. Definitely.
Well, then it made hell a great time.
What's that?
I was saying you made hell a great time if you know.
certainly felt like the heat of hell.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, dude. These dreads were not doing me a service that day. I wanted to cut them off.
It was so bad.
Yeah, you look rough.
To combat the time management thing, though, next year, and also to sort of aid in longevity for vendors, for attendees in general, so that they can experience the whole thing without feeling like, fuck, this thing is 10 hours long. Or 12 or whatever we had it out. It was 12 hours. So we're going to be shortening that. The start time will probably be noon, and depending on how much stage time we allot for the showcase portion, it will probably be 8 or 9 o'clock end time, right? Instead of going 10 to 10. That was just
too much.
It was too much. And it was too much for some of the vendors. Like, some of them made it the whole time, no problem. I would say a solid 60% of them stayed the whole time, right? But for some, it was like, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't do this shit anymore.
Well, I walked everything all the way out. Every goddamn thing, like, felt like a mile. I was gonna ask, like, there was I don't know who was across from me, but there was I was across from the glass blowing. So there was like a roadway back there. Was that intended just for like stage and stage crew, those things? Okay, I was wondering if that was like if you were on that section, you could just pull up, pack up, and bounce. I didn't want to be an asshole and do it though, so that would have been sweet. But I think the time was perfect. You know, you get in there, you sort of beat traffic. You still kind of would on a Saturday at noon going out that way, but the 9 o'clock ends like perfect. You know, there's nothing going on. Yeah, it's dark. You're probably not blitzed out of your mind though, because you've been working all damn day, or you can't, or you're camping. You're camping,
Or
you're just
Right.
or Justin's boomerang bar gets the best of you.
Mm.
I don't know anything about boomerang bars.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, real hilarious. I overshot that one a little bit, and I was like, my social skills are suffering right now. Excuse me one second, fellas, and like had to like go back to the camp. You get the old head going. All right, Derek, get your head in the game.
Game time, Derek.
Caught me off guard.
Yeah, those are usually the best ones, though.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. I'm very grateful for that opportunity because I was able to work through some shit, and like it just probably could have happened at a better time. I was just like, this is so casual. I'll eat 2, 3 of them. I've tripped before. Don't even worry about it. This will just be like a little snack. And I'm like sitting there talking, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm stuck to this floor. I'm like, and that's my cue to go ground somewhere else for a moment.
Yeah, I'm not even wearing any shoes. I'm rooting.
Oh yeah, well I forgot. I wasn't wearing shoes that weekend, or week, or ever. I think all of you guys next year will be a lot better off without wearing shoes. Tell you what.
The amount of times I saw you cut your freaking webbing of your feet open, I'm not interested.
It only happened like
he
maybe
lies.
once.
He lies.
6 or 9
The
times.
webbing? What's he got? Duck feet?
I was just gonna, he lies.
Well, basic anatomy, everyone has webbing. I just cut mine a lot. Dave.
Sorry. I'm not a
It
foot
might be
expert.
shallow, but it's there.
It's there.
You think that it, like an entry's choice judging is anything that could ever happen?
Oh, you said entry choice?
Yeah, like an entry's choice, like like a competitor's choice.
No, well, sort of. Am I allowed to say what we were talking about with the coordinator thing, Justin?
Oh yeah, I put it on the Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We want to do something where the crowd or the vendors, you guys, judge us coordinators. We're all
Oh, you fully misinterpreted that. But
Me?
that's also a cool idea.
That's
What?
not what we're doing, but
Wait. T, I thought, all right,
Hey,
so
we're going to have a
my
grow off?
burnout ass,
Awesome.
back to the whole judges needing to be micromanaged, my burnout ass thought that like us coordinators would all have the same strain, and then we would throw it in there, and then all the people in the group would like vote on which one was the best. That way, if any of the coordinators, like when we're getting into arguments, we can throw that in the other coordinator's face for dominance.
We're gonna do that at Dave's event.
Right.
I mean, I'm down to try and make it happen for the event for ours as well, but we're going to be doing a coordinator's choice next year also instead of just a people's choice, to where the coordinators can also weigh in on who they think
That
is the
makes
best. Because
so
we didn't
much-
like not being able to take part in that this year, to be honest with you. That really sucked.
That means we all get a box.
Bro, your idea is way better than mine. We benefit from this one. All right, I like your guys' idea better. I should pay attention more.
you're
Well,
right.
actually,
Yeah.
Derek, now that you said something about coordinators, I was going to challenge you for my birthday. I want to. Brilliant Organics is in it, and Candyman is in it. So
No, you got to kick them out.
Yeah.
why?
It's just us three. Face off. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, I'll schedule that one.
I'm totally down. Guys, like I said, like I'm not
Oh, yeah.
joking. Next time we are like, yeah, maybe we should put the booths over there. It's like, I don't know, third place. I don't think that's a good idea. But you know what I mean?
So that's where you're going to end up, third place.
I trimmed
No,
this
I'll end up
last
last
night.
place, bro. I grow mids only.
That's what I heard.
RS, right?
I trimmed this last night in my X-rated hoodie, right? And and I went to karate today in same hoodie that had been brushed off, cleaned, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at my wife as she's doing one of these, like,
Got weed on you?
no, not, she's like, well, I haven't even really been smoking like that lately. So she knew it wasn't. She's like, who the fuck has weed on them, right? I was like, oh, that's
I
definitely.
don't go to karate anymore, so it
You know what
wasn't
I
me.
Go to karate.
I don't go anymore. No, yeah, Sensei give you the dirty look if he catches a whiff.
No, Justin hooks up the sensei. That's how he gets free karate classes.
man.
He's really nice to me, man. I never got a dirty look.
Yeah, no, I was,
And you
I
know,
was
it's
joking.
funny
I
you
went
say
I went
that.
to
He
school
hasn't
with him.
asked
He
me
was
for
always
money
a
in a
very
while.
nice guy.
I'm telling you, dude, he doesn't want to ruin a good thing. He gets quarters. Your son gets to do sidekicks and like punches and shit. I think it's a great trade-off.
Sensei Media.
I don't actually
depends on
hook
what
the
it
sensei
looks
up,
like.
just to be clear.
No, just to be clear.
Well, not with cannabis, but Justin does. There's boomerang bars out there for him and stuff. While he's teaching class.
I don't
Right
know
there
what
by
you're
the
talking about with these
hand
boomerang bars.
sanitizer, dude. You just drop the bars down right down there.
Well, you were just walking around the event with him. I don't know if you know who has them, but like you just had one at the event and you gave me one. So it was really delicious.
You sure he gave it to you? Sure it wasn't somebody else?
Oh,
I know I'm never giving you anything.
have
I
you
know you can't
guys
keep a
heard
secret.
this conversation and where my intellect resides? I could be mistaken. Could be anybody.
That's funny. That's funny. Do any of you guys have website experience?
In what capacity?
I don't know. I think you guys need a website.
So I have one. I just want to pay somebody more professional to build it.
Yeah, no, I think going to a website would really draw up a lot of business for you. You don't. It's great using those Eventbrites, but think of how much money you actually lost on all those surcharges for people who did use Eventbrite. That's money on the table for added awesome experiences.
You're absolutely right, dude. About
And
the website.
also, absolutely wrong, because Eventbrite doesn't actually pay you out until like 2-3 weeks after the event's over.
That's even worse.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I was like, what the fuck? Well,
they're
you got to
using
get money
their
from
money.
other events.
Jesus. Yeah, no, you could sell your own tickets.
Yeah, you are correct on that. To Justin's point, though, like running a website is a job, dude. So it's like we want to have someone that like can rock that shit and do it professionally. Also, you don't want like someone running your website and then the relationship goes sour and they lock out your website because that's good either. So it's
speaking truth.
Building it.
What do you say, Occam's razor?
Yep, Occam's razor. The most easily explanation is most likely the highest explanation. So it's like, yes.
So I don't know how familiar you are with my former business ventures, but I actually have a app that does ticketing. Doesn't function at all because the company we use is fucking shot. But we tried to do that like 2-3 years ago with UrbaQuest. Using a third-party developer that claims they're based in the United States, but really all the work gets done overseas. And we were just delivered a product that was unsatisfactory. So 20 grand later, plus, honestly, still nothing to show for it. I got a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. So I really need somebody who's like right here that I can hold you fucking personally responsible if something goes wrong. Because what am I going to do? Drive down to Florida and threaten the fake office they got? Like,
sounds like we need to do like a job opening type thing. Like, do you like to be micromanaged? Do you want this man doing it? It's just Justin's face like this. Yeah, just I'm gonna micromanage you.
That's just this whole job title. Manager dash micro.
Yeah, we got to get him a clipboard.
I feel like you had one, didn't you?
He's looking for it probably.
I got like 8 clipboards.
Is that like the same style belt back there?
So that was the first one that was ordered. That would be the People's Flower Champ belt. But when we got it, we decided we wanted to go a little more grand for the champ. So we got an upgrade that was actually given away. But this is what it looked like. That man in the top right corner with the red and black behind him got him made. He did a great fucking job.
Okay. This one.
Actually, I'm down here.
Oh no,
For
Wait,
some reason, it's not showing me any of you until you're talking. So you guys just keep pointing up at the sky. I'm like,
You can change it to gallery mode.
Those are fun to make.
So yeah, these are the belts. This was the size that the People's Choice ended up getting.
Yeah.
But the actual judges one was, what was it, Ian? 7 pounds?
6 pounds.
Damn.
6 pounds. They were freaking.
That's a 2 pound. The other one's a 6.
Just for reference, it was 3 times this size. Like it was like hard to hold, to be honest with you. But
Damn, Ian. 6 pounds and 30 miles.
6 pounds.
And 30 miles later.
50 miles.
Wrestling fan, and those are pretty heavy. That's a pretty heavy belt.
These are those
7-pound
chains he
belt
was
for
talking about.
Yeah, those are 3D printed.
Yeah.
Those are pretty slick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's how everybody knew who the fuck you guys were too.
Mine's on my wall.
Mine kept on poking me in my ribs.
Put some more fat on your ribs.
Next year, though, we'll have to do the hockey jersey so Justin isn't the only cool-ass motherfucker.
I'll switch it up next year.
I already ordered. I just got a basketball jersey in today. It was.
We'll all grow dreadlocks.
Well, we're also going to have to get, what are those things called that measures your steps? We got to get Ian one just so he can be humbled a little bit.
Yes, I can.
I got you. I'll buy it for you.
Yeah.
Someone thought that they walked 30 miles that day.
No, I probably did.
No! I can't.
I ran circles around you.
Let's be honest. It only takes 12 minutes, and I remember this from middle school,
To walk a mile.
to walk a mile.
And I was going nonstop all fucking day from 5 a.m. till fucking 9 p.m.
30 miles.
I
Do you have an iPhone? It said iPhone 13. Was it in your pocket?
No, I got 12.
Oh, well, whatever. Was it in your pocket?
Does it track the data from days like that?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, no.
Fuck yeah. Go into your health app.
Do it right now,
so
Ian.
Yes.
Ian, you walked all of 8 miles that day.
More than that, buddy.
Nope. I'm so sorry.
My app will definitely fight you. I'll tell you right now, okay?
I'm going to say what I did. I didn't move that much.
You pull out that iPhone, and it's going to say 6.3 miles you walked that day.
You guys are on my iPhone right now.
Yeah, he probably can't do it. He makes a good point.
Nah, he totally can do it.
So where? Talk me through it. He probably walked just as much as I did.
Go to health.
Yeah, I'm in health.
And then go to all health data. And then you got to find it in there somewhere, but it's fucking show all data, and then scroll all the way down to show all data and go to June 22nd. I walked more the day before.
Oh, here we go. Walking
I only
in.
walked 7,500 steps.
I'm in mine. Hold on. Let me go back to our event, boys.
Derek walked like half a mile.
I was just sitting half a mile.
I walked so much that day.
My dog walked more than you did.
All data.
I wish I had an iPhone now, I guess. I feel out of place.
Activity.
Oh, I don't know if you.
I can't find it, bro.
I found mine.
Health, show all data, steps, scroll down to show all data, and then it shows it to you. So how many did you walk? You haven't said it. How much? How much?
It's like it goes 0.3 miles, 0.12 miles, 0.2 miles.
Oh, it should tell you the steps if you go back.
Oh, here, I'm on steps. Sorry, my bad. What day was the event again?
22nd.
You're an asshole.
All right, June 22nd. Yeah, that's a lot of steps. Damn.
Told you.
But definitely not 30 miles worth.
June 22nd. How many steps did you have?
June 22nd, 65, 677, 370. It lists it. Why won't it go by date?
You go
Mine
back.
goes by date. Yeah, like you're in one too far.
Oh, I went way too deep. Okay. Walking step length. All right, here we go.
June 22nd, 2024, 29,369 steps.
There's
Damn.
5,000 what?
Holy
Something
shit.
that's in a mile. Yeah, 4 miles.
No, but
Each
he's
step's like 3 feet, bro. Fix
Yeah,
yourself.
he walked about 10 miles that day.
Yeah. Not even close to 30.
okay.
30,000
Oh, don't get all
steps
sour on
average
me.
is 14 point.
But how much of that day was my phone dead?
That too.
It sounds like what we're doing is moving the goalpost. Sure.
Oh,
29,000? I was kind of surprised to see that. I don't think I've ever heard anybody tell me they had 29,000 steps.
2,000 miles is 2,000 steps is a fucking what? Is a fucking a mile. She probably walked 50 fucking miles that day.
5,280 feet is a mile, right?
Well, yeah. So fucking what?
So you walk 20,000 steps.
Just set up. It said on my
29,000.
it said on my thing that 2,100 steps was 1.2 miles for me. For 2,100 steps, so it's 1.2 miles for me. So you figure 30,000 steps. That's fucking 17,000 miles. 17 miles.
I don't think your math is mathing.
What the fuck do you mean?
Well, how long is a stride? 3 feet? 29,000 steps, right?
Yes,
3 feet.
You're looking like every 18 to 19 steps.
So that's 87,000 feet.
I figure 2,000 steps per mile.
16,000
steps.
500 and then 3, 4.
A what?
I'm just
We're just
quoting
throwing
random
random numbers out now. All right.
We're in math class.
I love how Justin picked up on that immediately.
I did it until he said it, and I was like, oh, I was listening to him like he was like speaking truth or something.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
Adding it up, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so right. Jeez.
Well, in my head, I was just thinking if it's 29,000 steps and it's a 3 foot stride or a 3 foot stride, that's 87,000. That's 87,000 feet divided by 5,280 is around 16, 17 miles.
Unrealistic.
Is that right? I'm right. 16, 17 miles.
14.
How the fuck can the jiggle of your phone in your pocket tell you how long your stride is? Can you tell me?
Thank you!
There's a GPS
Thank
on
you!
It's listening to you. Why can't it tell you how far?
2,100 steps, 1.2 miles.
Dude, it is listening to you, by the way. We were talking about shit at work. I think it was like silver dollar pancakes from like prison. And it was literally coming up, hey, miss those silver dollar pancakes? Like, time out. You only get that in jail. Why is my phone giving me the recipe for that shit? Dude, start talking about things and your phone will absolutely start bringing it up in Facebook, Instagram,
Sure.
Justin's hand.
So you just make smaller pancakes. Anyway,
So, I guess to like wind it down, what would you guys, if it's, I'd like to hear from each one of you on it because it's always nice to get a different perspective on things. If you guys could change one thing, no reusing either. You can't reuse somebody else's thing, so gotta be quick.
Who goes first?
What would you? Whoever you guys want to go first. Whoever, it's you. You're pointing to yourself. It's you.
no, nose goes.
Yeah, nose goes.
What?
All right, Dave and Ian are not getting it, so I'll go first. If I could change, one thing about the event is the judging.
One thing we could change.
That
Or
were you not paying
what,
attention?
like you would like to see different, like that you would have liked to do different. Yeah, not necessarily it needs to be, you know, but just like what would really be on your list.
The judging, to be honest, it was really. well, I can't really so much say the judging. I could say more on the lines of like having all of the stuff ready for the judges.
The process.
Because that was a big process for the last couple of days, and like going into the event too, still having to portion all that shit out the day of the event. It was, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that.
What are you
Uh,
gonna say
next.
now, Derek?
so since he took my answer, I'll be the adult. I would like to see a little bit more of like an award ceremony. Maybe something to where it's, and this is just me spitballing, to where it's like Justin hands out the award for best turret profile, Dave hands out the award for highest potency. Like each of the coordinators kind of like gets that interaction to be like, yo, dude, here's the championship belt, man, or like here's the first place prize kind of thing. Because like I'm fucking horrified of the stage and being anywhere near it, and I definitely want to like overcome that and like have that type of fun and involvement. But definitely want to blow up the growers for being there. Like showcase the award ceremony, make it like everyone gather to the stage for that next half hour, 45 minutes, where like everyone's there. It makes it more of a tight knit group. That's what I would love to see change.
Was it my turn?
Yep.
I don't know if I brought this up before we talked about, but I think it would be really cool if we had like the main act, like right at the end, and we have vending end like an hour or hour and a half before that, or not before, like before they start, or when they start. Sorry, when they start, the vendors are all shut down and they can enjoy the band. They can hang out and have like a party at the end of it with everybody. So the final act would be the party.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I thought that would be cool.
That is cool. You came up with that?
If I could change anything,
My kid told me.
if I could change anything, I'd put fireworks at the end. Oh wait,
I thought there were. When I drove away, because when I drove away, I thought there was.
I'd probably make sure that everybody lines up and crowd surfs me from the stage all the way out to the entrance. That would be my change. I'm kidding.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to. There's a couple areas they touched on the main ones, but I also really want to make sure we do more justice to the VIP area and make sure that really gets locked down and handled right, so the people who choose to pay for a VIP ticket get a VIP experience, right? We had a lot of amenities, but it wasn't as exclusive as it should have been, right?
Gotcha.
Being if you paid for access to a VIP tent, we shouldn't necessarily have people in there who are not VIPs in there, right? Taking advantage of the amenities that you paid for. So we're going to tighten that up next year as well. And my main one probably would have been how the judging was administered on our end, not even necessarily the judges, just how we laid that all out. But next would be the VIP. Those are my two big points for improvement next year. So that's where I'm landing.
Yeah.
Oh, can I add that Drippy has to wear shoes next year?
Not a chance. If the group votes, I'll totally wear shoes.
Yeah, let him go.
How is he supposed to toe hug people?
That's
That's a good point.
Prizes for the thing were insane. So
Insane. Yeah, before we hop off here, can I shout out the sponsors?
yeah, you can shout out anybody you want. I wanted to shout out the winners, but my ass, I only remember the Buffalo 716 guy.
Oh, I can rattle them off for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to rattle them off, absolutely.
So definitely shout out to the winners. Like he said, Buffalo AF 716 took home the grand prize for flour. Yep, Canatrol was a major sponsor for us. Dave's sort of showcasing them there. They are a dry cure and store machine that is just fucking phenomenal. They gave us 2 units to give away to the champions. So Buffalo AF got one of those. And then Calibri Hash was the judge's choice hash winner. He took home the other Canatrol. And then we had, she went by Stony, was her entry name. She took home the People's Choice for flour. And then the People's Choice for rosin was Jungle Bear Exotics. All of you guys had fucking phenomenal entries. Other major sponsors for us were the Power Plant Fest, hashtag Hydro, yourself, Mr. Dank Tank, with the fan unit for People's Choice. Seeds Here Now. Fucking last minute that I didn't even realize was happening was God, I hate that I'm brain farting. Root Nerds. Sorry about the brain fart. Root Nerds. Root Nerds came in with a couple units at the show to give away to the winners, who have all now finally received their stuff. I just met with Jungle Bear, so you guys will see the winners posted here very shortly as well on the page. I've been waiting to get his picture so I could do them all together, right?
Nice.
So we shouted out the winners. Also, Black Dog LED was a sponsor, and Alien Hydroponics. So yeah, you guys all did fucking awesome. Mad Hatter's Hideaway came in and sponsored the glass blowing for the show, so that was fucking cool. Jolly Pond Farm did some seed giveaways for the VIP. Simpro Formula did some nutrients for the VIP bags. There was also, did Devin end up, damn, it's not Devin. What the fuck? Is it? Am I right? Divergent.
Oh,
Devin,
Dylan.
is it? Dylan. Fuck, I always do that. So one of my old partners' name was Devin, and so that's what comes into my head. So
Yeah.
I apologize, Dylan. Did he end up giving away his little set there that he was supposed to?
Yes, Jungle Bear is the one that ended up getting those, I believe.
Okay, so
Yep.
Divergent Cultivation also sponsored a dope little kit with a pen and a tool, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, he does a dab tool, he does a beer bottle opening kit, and then he does a pen, and he turns it all on a lathe for you, and it's beautiful. You should check out some of his designs. Divergent Cultivation Group, they're outstanding. He does custom orders for you. In fact,
He does wands.
I just got this in the mail today. I got my own special Drippy Hippie. What happened?
What?
He said he
I'm
does
waiting to
wands,
see.
and I did
He
Aloha
does wands.
Mora.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, real quick. If I can get this out of the packaging. Yeah, I just got my freaking dab tool from them. One sec.
Dang, I shouldn't have stopped the music. And then I believe Northeast Worms also sponsored some soil. Yeah, that's dope.
And he's got, I don't know if you guys can see it, but he's got his logo right here. And then he's got my name on the back side of it. And then my favorite color, orange. But these things are beautiful. The camera's not doing it justice, guys. But yeah, he does custom orders on that, pens, everything, man. Good stuff.
And I think I hit everybody. If I missed you, I'm super sorry. We also had a really awesome panel of judges that I'm not going to run through and look stupid with. You've seen them all in the posts. If you haven't, go check out the Instagram and you'll see them there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, anyways, thank you very much. I look forward to what you guys are going to do next year and throughout the year. Throwing his birthday bash in September is going to be great. Sorry I won't be there, but I hope to see you guys all, in 2 days? 3 of you said you're going. I don't know if Derek plans on going, but,
Oh, no,
I'll have a campsite. What?
You said I wasn't sure if Derek was going to Drippy. It's assumed I'll be there. I'll be floating around causing chaos.
Okay, cool. Very nice. I'll shoot out my camp location. I'm right there, one of those big extra large sites off site. Swing on through. We'll have something for everybody.
Hell yeah.
Real quick
Hell
before
yeah.
we hop off, September 5th at Funkin' Waffles. It's going to be starting at 8 p.m. If you want to get a little VIP pre-party, if you want to get in on the VIP pre-party, meet and greet, dab bar, all that, it'll be starting a little bit earlier. Details still yet to come on that aspect, but 8 p.m. starting for the regular show. It's going to be Roots Collider, the Medicinals, DJ RDF, DJ Don Manuel. I'm trying to see if I can get my buddy Terrorist in there to do some performing as well, but that's still TBD. But Thursday, September 5th, 8 p.m., Funkin' Waffles in Syracuse. Be there, fucking be square, man. Tickets are super cheap. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, you can come and see me.
Boo.
Hey, they ain't coming to see you.
They're coming to see my bare feet.
Smell 'em.
You better wear shirt and shoes that night. You're gonna stick to the floor. Oh, that's right. They don't drink there, do they? They got alcohol at Pumpkin Waffles?
I think they do.
Waffles and beer, man.
Oh,
Don't you know?
I didn't know. I haven't been there before. I feel bad. I've had their stuff at the food truck.
Beer.
It's a really cool. It's
Sorry.
a really fucking sweet location. If you haven't been there, you definitely should go check them out for food as well, not just the event. They got
Oh, their food, yeah. Their food's awesome.
killer.
Yeah.
Steve, thank you so much for having us, brother. It's been
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank you.
again. I'm
Thanks.
sure we'll all be in touch.
Hell yeah.
See you.
Bye, guys.
steady. Yeah, I'm taking my time, taking it slow. And I can't get you off of my mind, letting it show. Yeah, you know I'm steady. Yeah, I'm taking my time, taking it slow. And you know already that I can't get you off of my
Tomorrow everything's going to be here, and where people, vendors are going to start showing up. This will be the best representation of New York flower, rosin, and culture that is going to happen. I'm excited. When that stage goes up, I'm getting up there. I'm going to start singing.
Are you even working? This
What are you
melody
doing?
elevates
Do
consciousness.
something,
Gets me to a place that does not exist. Brings together polar opposites. Turns energy from negative to positive.
in the moment, in the evening, late night or the afternoon. I need it. I got it. Please believe it.
They can try to take us down all they want.
I'll never stop dreaming. I'll never stop.
What's up? We at the New York Homegrown Competition. And it's Service John Alexander, aka Big Cosby. Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying this moment with us. We're here to crown the best in New York State.
Yaga, 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 yeah. True love will never fade away. That's why we say,
Keep it real nice.
keep it real nice.
Keep it real nice. One day. One day. Yes, we got to keep it real nice.
Keep it real nice.
Keep it real nice. One day. One day. I give thanks for your loving. Yes, every little morning. Ever used for any stress.
It's going fucking great, bro. I couldn't ask for anything fucking better, man. We got some fire music out here today. Personal Blend's killing it right now. Sophistafunk rocked the fucking house earlier. It's been a beautiful day. Awesome turnout. Couldn't be more stoked.
One track vision, but on a full-time mission. tradition. So we got to keep it real nice.
Keep it real nice.
Keep it real nice. One day. One day. So we got to keep it real nice.
Keep it real nice.
Keep it real nice. One day.
The championship, right? It is the champ. That's why we came here. I know I've been enjoying the music. I've been enjoying all the vibes, but it is the championship, right? And so we gotta get to announcing some champions. I'm just saying.
So the Rosin champ this year, number 95, with the Humboldt Pineapple Upside Down Cake, Calibri Hash. Congratulations. Give it up for my man Calibri Hash. For the New York Homegrowers Championship 2024, entry number 39. That doesn't mean. Oh, okay. Buffalo AF with the strain Sub-Zero. Congratulations, my guy.
Keep it real nice. One day. One day.
Hate is the problem, but I love is the solution. So tell me, do you join this institution? We're fed up of the tears and confusion. Man and woman, cut out the illusion. Keep it real nice. Come make we keep it nice.